Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Chats with Chell. As you can see, your girl is incredibly sunburned right now. I finally went to the beach on Sunday as a commitment to myself, which we're going to touch on in this video. And I forgot to reapply because I was having so much fun. So, quick reminder to wear your sunscreen or at least take care of your skin, blah, blah, blah. I had some aloe today. I had some tomatoes because they have lycopene, so I'll be fine. But anyway, now that's out of the way. So, today I really want to talk about, and the title of this video will come to me after we talk about this, like how to sum it up, really about how things really do start from within and how when you commit to yourself, that's when things fall into place or fall back into place. So, I, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, I am very much about inner work. Obviously, I teach about self love, self worth, self concept, confidence, all of that. Now, I will admit, I've had a really busy, I would say, all of 2025 so far, especially the first half of the year. And I fell off of some really good habits I had formed. Like I had my routine where I woke up in the morning, I did my energy work, I did not affirmations but micro moments, which is something we can talk about at a future date. I've probably touched upon it before, but basically just like inner work. I would make sure I started my day with that. But then when I started having crazy film schedules and like having to be on set at 7 a.m., therefore having to wake up at like 5 or 6 a.m., I wasn't doing that. I've also started walking in the morning nearly every day, which I was doing last year, and things are going great. So the thing is, I knew this and I realized it, and I kind of had to see it happen in real time to be reminded of it. You have to stay consistent with this stuff, like self work, inner work, affirmations, whatever that work is for you. Because when you start seeing the changes happening externally, that means your mindset is truly changing. That means your subconscious is truly changing. But you have to stick with it because you are undoing years, maybe even decades of subconscious programming. So when you let it all go, you just allow those old neural pathways to just, go back to the way they were. And I'm not saying your life is going to fall apart as a result, but you're going to start seeing reflections. And by that, I mean you're going to start seeing little things happening in your life that's like, oh, that's not quite going right. What's happening here? Oh, it's because I stopped doing the work. So I forget all the exact things that happened, but I noticed that, especially in the month of June, I was having a lot of reflections pop up in areas that I hadn't had like restrictions and resistance in quite some time. So, practicing what I preach, I started doing that self image work and inner work again. And girls, when I tell you, I honestly just started doing it in earnest when I got back from a trip this past Monday. I swear opportunities have been popping up. I've been getting booked on random stuff. I got 3 bouquets of flowers from 3 different sources this week, and only 2 of them were dates. One of them was just I went to an event with someone, and at the end of the night, when he was driving me home, again, platonically, a woman was selling flowers at the valet, and he was like, "Oh, which bouquet do you want?" Like, because all my inner work, like it doesn't have to do with money, doesn't have to do just with career, doesn't have to do with just dating or how people see me romantically or whatever. It's everything. And so I found that as I recommitted to myself, recommitted to this work, recommitted to programming these positive things into my mind and finding evidence for them, boom, all of a sudden things are back to the improvements that were happening. I know I'm speaking kind of vaguely here, but it's because a girl's got to have some business to herself? So, anyway, I say all this because I just want to remind you that it's so important to commit to yourself, not just for the progress, but also because the more that you commit to yourself, even if it's like in a small way with a small thing that you're doing every day because you said you're going to do it, you are building trust within yourself, and trust within yourself builds confidence. So, I'm not saying you have to plan out your entire day, stick to every single habit just because the book Atomic Habits told you to. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is if you do have certain things in your routine that you're like, this is really important to me to do, I know I don't like the word should, but I know I should do it because it's for my highest good. And it's something that you know is going to help you reach that next level. But maybe you get lazy. Maybe you get a little nervous because, the unknown is scary to us. Whatever that is for you, you got to commit to it because that is what's going to help propel you into that different timeline and that up level and all that good stuff. And that's what's been happening to me lately. So, trying to think what else I want to say about this subject. Okay, this video is like 5 minutes long. We can go a little longer. I still haven't figured out the title for it yet, so I'll have to figure that out later. But I just really want to drive home that point about committing to yourself because the other thing is what I learned from the really busy season I had is that number one, starting my day all frantically and rushed just set not the best tone for also being rushed and frantic on set. Like that was really stressful and I didn't get to start my day in a non-stress state, and that's a lot of cortisol you're building up in your body, and that's really 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 not good for us women. It's not good for anyone, but especially us. Um so that there's that. You want to make sure you're starting your day with these things to really set your energy and set your mindset for the day. That's super important. But also what I found was when I wasn't sticking to these little routines and these little things that made me happy, made my day better, and helped me to keep reaching my goals and show up in the world better. By neglecting those, I was neglecting myself and actually putting everyone else before me. And I feel like, oh, the sunburn. I feel like a lot of us women grew, especially women of color, we grew up like being told to put everyone else above us and their needs above us, like their comfort above us. And we're not doing that anymore because actually a selfish woman, like selfish in a positive way, like where she puts herself first, is a powerful woman and a type of woman that will change the world and actually help others. Because when you pour into and fill up your own cup, that's when you can help others. When you put your own oxygen mask on first, that's when you can help someone else put theirs on. See what I'm saying? So, net of this whole discussion, because I don't want it to be too long of a video here, is that you got to find whatever it is that you were doing. Maybe you stopped doing it. Whatever you were doing, that I look like I'm naked if I don't have this showing. Oh my God. Don't want this video going viral for that. What you need to do, you probably know what you need to do, quite frankly. It's whatever you were doing in the past that was helping you show up in the world better, be more confident, feel better about yourself that day. And you might not have even noticed that it was affecting your external world, but trust me, it was, even if you couldn't see it. So, whatever that is for you, highly encourage you to reflect on that. Figure out how you can reincorporate it. So, for me, like I said, it was waking up and doing energy, like light work, and then micro moment stuff, which is finding proof of certain affirmations in each day, each past day. For you, it could be you wake up, you have a nice cup of tea, you meditate, or like you sit in silence for 10 minutes. It could be you journal. It could be you just read your favorite book and then, or go for a walk. Whatever it is for you that makes you show up as your best self. Figure it out and then commit to doing it one day at a time. Even when you wake up and you don't want to because you're tired, you want to go back to bed, remind yourself that it'll feel good to have done it. Okay? I love you girls. This one was a little bit more chaotic because I feel like I have the sunburn going. I have the tube top trying to make me look like something that I'm not right now on YouTube. And I've just like had such a busy day. So I wanted to get this subject out and talk to you about this. But I know it's a little more maybe a little more scattered, but you know what? That's the beauty of the feminine. Sometimes it's free and a little chaotic, and we still got to the point. So, love you all. See you in the next one. As usual, tell me what you'd like me to talk about. Happy to take suggestions for future videos. Aisha suggested a really good topic around money mindset, so we're going to dive into that probably next time, but this is one that was really on my heart. So, all right, until next time, loves. Bye.